So picture this. You're at a Friday night dinner party with some friends, right? And for the first 2 hours, it is just an absolute blast.
Oh yeah, you're having a great time eating good food.
Exactly. You're telling stories, you're laughing, but then suddenly, right around maybe 9:30 p.m., this silent switch just flips.
Right, the crash.
Yes, the crash. Your smile feels like it weighs like 100 pounds. And that background music that was super fun 10 minutes ago, it becomes pure torture.
It's just way too loud all of a sudden.
Way too loud. You look at the comfortable sofa in the corner and you realize you would give your entire life savings just to be at home in your pajamas. I mean, I literally turn into a walking zombie, just groaning like, must find bed.
That is such a vivid picture, but it's so true.
It really is. So welcome to the deep dive, because today our mission is unpacking exactly that feeling and really mastering the psychology of your social battery.
And I think it is a universally relatable feeling, you know? The most comforting realization here is that this sudden shutdown, well, it isn't you being rude.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right. It is simply a dead social battery, which is a very literal metaphor for your cognitive capacity for interaction before mental fatigue just sets in.
Okay, but what I don't really understand is like the speed of it, because we all know the baseline psychology, like extroverts gain energy from crowds while an introvert actively expends it.
Yeah, that is the classic definition.
Right, but 1 minute I am totally fine, and the very next minute I'm a zombie. So what is physically happening in the brain during that sudden drop-off?
Well, that drop-off is basically your nervous system hitting a neurochemical wall. So extroverts have a really active dopamine reward network.
Okay, so they get like a buzz from the crowd.
Exactly. They get a hit of feel-good chemicals from all that external stimulation. But introverted brains, they rely a lot more heavily on acetylcholine.
Acetylcholine.
Yeah, it is a neurotransmitter tied to internal processing, deep thinking, and calmness. So when you're in a highly stimulating environment, your brain is working overtime to process everything around you, and it eventually just gets totally overwhelmed.
Wait, but if I'm just sitting on the couch, listening to my friend tell a super long story, I'm technically not really doing anything. How am I burning fuel just sitting there?
That is a great question.
Is it like having a background app open on your phone? Like you think you aren't really doing anything, but your brain is secretly pinging the GPS over and over again, and it just starts to drain the battery.
Oh, that's a perfect way to look at it. You might physically be sitting still, but cognitively, you are running a massive background program. We call it the social mask.
The social mask. I love that. Well, I hate it, but it makes sense.
Right, because you are constantly processing your friend's microexpressions, managing your own posture, figuring out exactly when to nod.
And filtering out the loud background music.
Exactly. Every single one of those microscopic actions starts to drain your energy reserves. And, we often frame needing alone time as a weakness.
Oh, totally. Like you're antisocial or something.
But it's actually a superpower. It just means you are deeply, deeply processing your environment.
Wow. Okay, so if this is a hardwired neurological limit, then trying to just tough it out is biologically useless.
Yeah.
Which brings up the panic moment, right?
The survival mode.
Yes, you have a hit survival mode, you're hiding in the bathroom, literally staring at the tile grout. How do you leave without looking like a complete jerk?
It is definitely tricky.
Because my personal favorite, and I think it is the internet's favorite controversial party trick, is pulling an Irish exit.
Oh boy, the classic Irish exit.
Just vanishing completely into the night without saying goodbye to anyone, just to avoid the pure agony of more small talk.
I mean, I completely get the temptation. When your tank is completely empty, the idea of doing like a 30-minute round of goodbyes is just agonizing.
It is the worst.
But just sneaking out the back door can really leave your hosts worried or confused.
Yeah.
High EQ communicators, they treat their social energy like a literal financial budget.
Oh, so when the money is gone, the money is gone.
Exactly. When the funds are gone, the spending stops. They don't feel guilty about reaching their limit, and they certainly don't force themselves to stay until midnight looking miserable.
So instead of the Irish exit, you just own it. Like you treat it like a low battery warning on a phone.
Yes, exactly that.
You just go up to your friends and warmly say, hey, I've had an amazing time, but my battery is at 1%, so I'm going to head out and to recharge.
Yes. It is honest, it is confident, and most importantly, it sets a really healthy boundary.
I like that a lot.
Protecting your social peace by knowing when to leave is the ultimate introvert superpower. You aren't apologizing for your neurological wiring.
Right, you are just stating a fact.
Exactly. And Ironically, it allows you to show up fully when you actually are there, because you know you have an exit strategy when you need it.
It changes the whole dynamic. I mean,
Yeah.
you go from feeling trapped by social obligations to feeling completely in control of your own energy economy. So, here is a final thought to leave you with. Imagine if we all had a literal, visible battery indicator floating right above our heads at parties.
That would be amazing.
How would that completely change the way your friends interact with you tonight? Would they see that blinking red light and finally just let you go home to your pajamas in peace?
I think they definitely would.
Something to think about the next time you feel that silent switch flip.